doing a show once, had to run to the restroom. I'm on my way to the bathroom, and hear a group of guys go, "Ese es el baño de las mujeres." He's saying to me in Spanish, "That's the ladies' bathroom," and I'm thinking to myself, well, I know he's not talking to me. I'm obviously a girl. And I fixed my tie and kept walking.
She has headlined at the top comedy clubs across the country and has worked with some of today's funniest comedians.
Now, she is the first Latina from Chicago to make her comedy special debut on Max. Comedian Gwen La Roka joins us now with more. Welcome.
Hello.
She's home.
Thank you, ladies, for having me. This is so exciting.
This is so exciting. You have had such a unique upbringing in the comedy world and in the world of entertainment, because you did a lot of stuff before you were starting stand-up.
That's correct. It's interesting how all the different things that I was doing led me to this without me realizing it was leading me to this.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I was like, this is where I always want to be. You just never know how you're going to get there.
Right.
Okay.
I had come from, old school hip hop background, and like as far as, my hobbies growing up, I used to break dance and stuff. So I started getting on microphones, and I would MC or freestyle rhyme, and then started doing like little poetry slams and stuff like that, and that got me comfortable on the mic, and then started hosting events for not-for-profits, got into grassroots activism, do your part, do your part. And then people started asking me to host events, and then I did improv. It didn't really click the way I thought it would, and then fast forward a few years later, my friend sent me a stand-up workshop flyer for a Mikey O Productions was doing a stand-up workshop comedy class. And I took it, and I think I'll be 14 years this December.
Wow.
Doing stand-up.
Yes. Well, now you have a one-woman show.
Yay.
All right. And so actually you had done this last year, so you're coming back. Did you change the show at all?
I did. I made some tweaks. I'm excited to bring it back. I did it last year, and before I did it last year, I was supposed to put it on, but the pandemic. Right. So I'm excited to be back now with Urban Theater Company. Great theater company. They've been doing their thing in Humboldt Park for about 18 years. Awesome leadership. Miranda Gonzalez, Ivan Vega, Antonio Bruno. Just great people in theater and also friends. So it feels like family. A long time coming, being able to work with them and Mikey O to put the show together, and it's back, people. It's back.
So what are people going to expect? Because you like to bring people together, right?
Yes.
So you're not a very divisive comic. It's more of a come together, let's love each other.
Yeah, I mean, without the kumbaya feel,
right.
But that's basically what it is. We're focusing too much right now, I feel like, in everyone's differences. Yeah. And instead of focusing on our differences, why not highlight why we're all so similar? And so, Mi Casa es tu Casa started off, yes, I want to talk about my upbringing and crazy stories in my living room and how we were all brought up, but I wrote it and I perform it in a way that I hope that when people leave the show, they're like, that was my living room.
Yeah.
My mom did that. Or my crazy Uncle Joe did that. Or anything like that. And because we need to really focus on each other as human beings.
Right.
And I feel like comedy is a great platform to do that.
Is it a bilingual show? Are you doing both English and Spanish?
Yes, it's a sprinkle bilingual, but again, it's written in a way where you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about, even if you don't speak the language.
Okay, so you're the first Latina from Chicago to have a Max special. Does that carry a weight about it when you go forward and do the other things?
Look at me, everything carries a weight. My sweater's heavy. No, it does. I mean, you always want to do good and do right by people, and you hope that you represent yourself to the best of your ability, but you also can't help but wonder, but to keep in mind that people are looking at you like you're also representing, to some extent, your demographic or your neighborhood or where you came from. So that does carry a lot of weight. But the people at HBO, the Palante family, they were amazing. You just make family everywhere you go. Like, now we're primas.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Okay? Now we're cousins.
Yes.
Go back to something you kind of hinted at a little earlier in the interview about not blocking your manifestations.
Yes.
I think people think that if I'm not doing something to work towards my goal, then it's never going to happen.
And I think that has a lot to do with, I feel like you just have to stay faithful.
Yeah.
Stay hopeful, stay faithful, and not get so stuck in, the the logical part of it of like, well, how am I going to do this?
Yes.
And
What's step A? What's step B, C?
And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with planning, right? Plan if you can, but don't out-plan yourself to the point where you're just like, you feel you have to follow a certain formula or a certain regimen, but you might have got here through a different avenue than you did, and we all have our own path to get to our destination. So just stay faithful in that and not outthink yourself or out-manifest yourself.
Yeah,
Love it.
I love
Positive
that.
vibe. That's really
Yes.
you gotta
I think
put
the
it
people
out there.
need to hear
Right.
that.
Hey, you can check her out, Urban Theater Company, from now till December 10th over there in West Division. Get the tickets at urbantheaterchicago.org. Congratulations, Gwen. That's awesome.
Thank you guys so
Thank you
much.
for coming in and
Appreciate
sharing
you.
with us.
Thank you.